This just could be the crispest display I have ever seen in a very long time. Let's unbox the AOC AGON Pro AG276UZD. A few key specs that I need to just mention here: 240Hz refresh rate, a QD OLED display, HDR True Black 400. There is a handy setup guide here showing you how to unbox your monitor and also how to get it connected. I know most of us will not need to look at this, but this may be your first monitor, and what a monitor you have chose. Popping that lid open when it's laid down flat, we'll get to see what's inside. So first up is your UK 3-pin plug. We have two of these in the box with two different style of connections. So when you look at your power brick that's provided, please check which one to use. Then we have our column. So we have two sections here of a column and base plate. This is common in a nice grey steel design. Cable management option at the bottom. It's angled to face towards you. A connection in and a headphone rest as well if you want to rest your headphones after gaming. Plastic outer design but metal column inside. Then we move on to our base plate. So it's an hexagonal designed shape, which I really like. I like this shape. It's not ordinary. It's very different. It's really great. Really solid, sturdy metal design. You've got our locking connection, grips on the bottom of your feet to able to have a sturdy monitor. Simply just line this up. So I had a little bit of fun there. Line it up and then use the thread screw on the back to twist in. You can use a screwdriver if you need to. You also have a sheet here with your color calibration report from the factory. Then there is this delightful AGON Pro goodie box. So let's see what's inside. So first up is our power brick, and as I mentioned, you've got two UK 3-pin plugs here, and we can see now which plug we need to use. Then you've got your connection back into your monitor housing. This connection is formerly known as C13, or here in the UK and most other places we know it as a kettle lead connection. So in the box we've got some screws which can be used to add in a mounting plate, so you're able to use a VESA mount. This is that mounting plate you can connect to the back of your monitor, so remove the column and stand. Then you're able to use this to then add a VESA mount if you wish to use a desktop arm or a different style of mount. Then we also have a USB-A to USB-B Type 3 connection. This will allow you to connect into your PC, or for me it's going to be my Mac Mini. That allows me then to use the ports on the back of our monitor for further connection. Then we also have our EU plug as well. So we have an EU option because this monitor is sold within the UK and EU. And again, this would have that C13 connection or kettle lead connection because that's what our power brick was. And then finally, you do have a handy little screwdriver here. This would be used to use those screws to add into the mounting plate, so you can use a VESA mount if you wish. We then look at our connectivity cables that are available to us. So first of all is our DisplayPort cable here. So you're going to connect this in via your GPU to your PC. So it has a DisplayPort 2.1 on this monitor, and there's one port available. Then we move on to our certified high-speed HDMI connection. Again, 2.1 in connection. You have two ports available, so I'll be using this for my Mac Mini, my Xbox, my PlayStation, Nintendo Switch, and other devices. And then finally, you have your USB-C connection. So you have an upstream available here and power delivery up to 65 watts and a DisplayPort alternative option available. Energy certification. You have a quick start guide and helpful information available. If you have any questions though, you know what to do. Leave a comment down below and I'll be more than happy to help. All that's left in our box is of course our monitor. Let's see what our monitor looks like. Then we have this great fantastic design on the back of our monitor as well. Again, I haven't seen this shape too often, and that includes a light panel around that lighter grey area. So you also have a joystick control option available on this monitor, as you can see on the left hand side, but that is actually on the right hand side when stood up. And then on the left hand side when stood up is your Kensington lock. And again, you have AGON branding here. Just taking a closer look at our ports here, you have your power connection, your display port, which is 2.1, two HDMIs, which are 2.1 as well, your USB-C connection, your USB inward connection, so you can connect that to your device, and then your USB hub with one USB fast charging available, and then a headphone jack. So now it's time to add our column and stand. So first up is your headphone mount here. So as I said, that's nice and handy. You do have a mechanism underneath here, a latch that will allow you to take your column and stand off, but simply line up and let it snap into place. You hear a good snap. So that means our column and stand is now connected, and also you've got the cable management there. So let's set up our monitor, and here we are. We're now set up up and it is just beautiful. So removing some key stickers. So there's one along the bottom bezel here towards the left. So there's a little yellow tab here that you do need to pull off. So it's protected your display for you, but pull it off and then you can just enjoy this display, and it is so crisp. Was I right? It is absolutely beautiful. But let's share a few more details before I wrap up. We have a 27-inch or 68.5 centimeter quantum dot OLED 4K UHD display with a resolution of 3840 by 2160, boasting a refresh rate of 240 Hz and a response time of 0.03 milliseconds. You can get that critical headshot first while enjoying over 1 billion colors. Don't forget, you've got a HDR True Black 400, G-menu compatibility, adaptive sync technology also available, crosshair, a red dot winner, accessibility point of view having flicker-free technology as well as low blue mode. Plus, there is still so much more to share in my review. Well, was I right? Tell me this isn't the sharpest display you have seen, even if it's just this year. I can't wait to get gaming on this monitor. So I'll be doing that on the Xbox, the PS5, the Nintendo Switch, and also I may have a special surprise in my review. Make sure to tap subscribe, and whilst you're there, tap the notification bell to be notified when I share my review. Why not check out my Nintendo Switch 2 unboxing, which I'll be using with this monitor right here.